Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Welcome back to another video of Stardew Valley. For today's video I'm going to bring to you a full movie of the perfection run. This is made up of multiple 100-day perfection videos and I've compiled them all into this one for you, including a brand new video which shows the outcome at the end. This project took me weeks to make, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then hit that subscribe button and show your support for GamerGar, because it would help me out a ton and I would really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into this video and let's see how we went about achieving perfection. Day number one of the most important days in spring. So we get our free parsnip seeds, we plant those, we water those, and we then run around with the scythe and we try to get as much fibre as possible, because we're going to need all the fibre that we can get our hands on for tea saplings later on. Any forageables we see, we pick those up, and of course we cut down as many trees as possible so we can get lots of wood, because we're going to need tons of wood in this playthrough. Day number 2, it is a day of fishing. So we get a free fishing rod off Willy. We trade that in for the training rod and we fish until we reach fishing level 2. Once we get fishing level 2, we then purchase the fiberglass rod. And using the fiberglass rod, we then head up to the lake area to get more fish up there, because the lake area is a lot more profitable than the beach area in spring, especially because of the large amount of bass that you can get. Day number 3 is a rainy day, so we will use today to get catfish. You can only get them on rainy days in spring, and catfish sells for quite a lot of money. So the more catfish we can fish up today, the more money we are going to get. It's also very important to wait until level 5 or 10 fishing to sell the fish, so you get those perks. So at the end of that day, I get level 5 fishing. I'm going to get the fish worth 25% more, which is an amazing perk. Day number 4, I get super lucky and I get a diamond and a Neptune's glaive inside a fishing treasure chest. I also pull up all the parsnips from the ground here as well on day 5. So the mines have opened up, but we're not going to go to the mines today. Instead, we are going to gather as much money as possible. We can do this through giving Gunther artifacts, selling some things up here, and selling some fish to Willy. What are we going to do with all this money? We are going to purchase as many potato seeds as possible. And the reason why I'm getting so many potato seeds is because I want to make lots more money for strawberries. Also, it's a great way to get the farming level up early. Day number 6, we go into the mines. So we just want copper ore. We want to make our way down as quickly as possible to get that lovely star drop and to get the skeleton key, of course, so we can get into the Skull Cavern. So as we can see, I literally mine until I go unconscious. It's okay to go unconscious because I don't have a whole lot of gold, so the worst that can find me is maybe 1 or 2 gold. Day number 7, we were blessed with a rainy day. But we go back into the mines today. I'm going to put down some furnaces so I can start smelting some bars. Unfortunately, I get some bad luck today and I got an ambush room, but that's not too bad because we have the Neptune's glaive, so we make short work of those enemies, no problem at all. So I get down into the dark floors here, but again the Neptune's blade trivializes the enemies. We get down into floor 40 and this is where we stop. This is where we are going to go to Clint and upgrade our pickaxe before we continue in the mines. I do spend the rest of day number 7 fishing though. If I can get some catfish, it'd be very nice. Day number 8, we're going to go to Clint. We are going to give him our lovely pickaxe, get him to upgrade that to a copper pickaxe, so we can make faster progress in the mines. I also treat myself to a backpack upgrade because I find that I'm throwing away a lot of loot, so I'm losing a lot of money. So I get the backpack upgrade. I also go back to the lake today to get more fish, and I get a diamond in a treasure chest. Super lucky. We're going to take that diamond, no problem. We're going to sell that diamond. I buy some beer. I'm going to give it to Shane. We're going to work on Shane in terms of getting married, because we get a star drop that way as well. On day 9, we get a rainy day, so I make some wild spring seeds. I'm going to replant those to get even more spring forageables. I also fish up the eel because I need that for the star drop that Willy gives you when you catch all the fish. On day 10, I get my copper pickaxe off Clint, back down into the mines to see if we can progress further. I get a floor here full of dust sprites, ghosts and slimes, but sure, again we have the Neptune's glaive, so it's not a problem. Day number 11 blesses us with a huge harvest of potatoes, so we're going to harvest all these. We're also going to go back into the mines to see if we can get down further. The further we get, the better, of course, and if we see iron ore along the way, we're definitely going to take that. The next day, Demetrius visits us because of the amount of money that we've made, and we choose the mushroom cave simply because it's more profitable than the bat cave by a long shot. On day 12 here, I'm going to go to the travelling cart lady. I'm going to get a summer spangle because Caroline loves summer spangles, and the sooner we get Caroline to 2 hearts the better, because she would give us the tea sapling recipe when we get her to 2 hearts, and we can make tons of money through tea saplings. I also fish up tons of fish today to make even more money. So day number 13 comes around and it's time to purchase the strawberries. Now I get 100 strawberries, I don't get too much. I also won I won this event, and if you've watched my previous challenge videos, I normally lose this event, so it was quite a victory for me. On day 14, I'm just fishing up more stuff here. And I get fishing level 10 by the end of day 14, so I'm going to get fish worth 50% more. I also go to Caroline here on the next day, and I tell her that her sunroom is very relaxing. She's going to give me the tea saplings. Back down into the mines here now today, and I actually got a Prismatic Shard today. It dropped off one of those shadow brutes, so that was super lucky. We'll trade that in for the Galaxy Sword. I also made it down to 490. I got the Obsidian Edge, which is really nice as well, but we won't be using that for long because we have that lovely Prismatic Shard. Day number 16, it starts off like most days, watering the crops, followed by fishing. And day number 17, then we're going to Clint. We're going to get him to upgrade our axe to a copper axe, because I want that to be a steel axe as quickly as possible so I can get into the secret woods. I made it to floor 100, nabbed myself a lovely star drop, which increases my maximum energy. Level 5 mining, and so I'm going to go with the +1 ore per vein. Also level 5 combat, we're going to get the fighter. We get a rainy day in day 18, praise the Lord. We go straight into the mines and take full advantage of that day, and we get the skull key. We also do some fishing as well that day, and we get some money. We get super lucky here too at the end of day number 18, we get a fairy. So she is going to make those strawberries grow up very quickly. So on day 19, I go to Willy to get the fiberglass rod, the trap bobber, and of course the trout suit, because we are going to battle the legendary fish to see if we can pull it up out of the water in spring. So we get the copper axe off Clint. Now I'm going to give him the axe straight back because I want the steel axe so I can get into the secret woods. And I spend a great deal of time today on the 20th fishing. So I get super lucky here. I get a broken trident and a diamond. But guess what? The very next treasure chest I got another diamond and broken trident. Never got that lucky before in my life. Super lucky. I also got to bat the legendary fish. I failed it a few times, but on the 3rd attempt I got it, pulled out of the water, and that will sell for a nice chunk of money. The legend fish is in the bag. We celebrate by giving Shane a nice bear on his birthday, which gives us loads of friendship points. Day 21, we are going to harvest all of our lovely strawberries. This will be the second last harvest of strawberries. We're going to sell all these too and make lots of money. Back into Clint's, we get the steel axe. That means we can access the lovely secret woods. But we're going to get him to upgrade our pickaxe now to a steel pickaxe. I go to the travelling cart lady to see if she's anything interesting, and she does. She has a lovely red cabbage. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to stick that into the greenhouse. So I go into the secret woods here now, and I'm just going to farm all of the hardwood that it has inside. These stumps generate every single day. So this would be a great way to stock up on hardwood, because we need hardwood for upgrades later on, especially the house upgrade, the boat upgrade to get to Ginger Island, and if we want the stables maybe we need hardwood for that. Level 5 farming, we're going to go with tiller, crops for 10% more, and for foraging we're going to go for gatherer, which means there's a chance we can put up double forageables. So I got George membership today because we absolutely love Georgia. Georgia forever, let's drive, let's do a great 100-day run, and Morris is going to help us out with that, no problem at all. All we need from Morris is just money. And money is pretty easy to get in this game if you utilise the lovely strategies that it has. So I make loads of quality sprinklers today because I got level 6 farming, and they are going to save me tons of time when it comes to watering crops. So day 23, look at all those lovely spring forageables, and we have a batch of strawberries as well to boot. So I'm going to harvest all those. What are we going to do with the spring forageables? We're going to turn them into seeds and turn those into tea saplings. 50 tea saplings, we're going to sell those. I'm going to get some sashimi off Gus here because Sebastian loves sashimi. I'm also going to get some bear, salad and spaghetti and pizza because there's a lot of NPCs around the town that love all these items, and Gus always has these items in stock. So we need to start building up the relationships now with people. I also went to Morris and I got him to unlock the greenhouse. Only 35,000 gold. And that is a greenhouse in spring. I also give Shane a bear while he's working. He doesn't complain about it. I give Leah a salad. I give Sam a pizza. And of course I give Sebastian a lovely sashimi. Level 7 foraging. We can now make tree fertilizer, which means we can make lovely tree farms. So in terms of spring, we're off to a very strong start. 25 grand from selling tea saplings, thank you very much. That's why tea saplings are so good. So today is the flower dance. We are going to go to Pierre and I'm going to purchase the tub of flowers recipe from him, and I'm also going to purchase the rare crow because this event is the only event in the game where you can get that rare crow. I asked Shane if he wanted to dance with me, he said yes. So I got to dance with Shane for the flower dance, which was pretty cool. So day 25, rainy day, but it doesn't make much of a difference to us now because we have sprinklers. I got my steel pickaxe off Clint, which was great. Harvested the strawberries. I also gave Gunter some stuff here that has been accumulating over the past few days, including the lovely dwarvish scrolls. So I get my starfruit seeds, my melon seeds, and of course the dwarvish translation guide, so we can now talk to the dwarf in the mines, build up a relationship with him. So I'm going to fill up the greenhouse with spring forageables for now. They're going to come in super handy later. I get the last backpack upgrade just to have the 36 slots in my inventory. And I'm also going to sell the tea saplings to Pierre. So why am I selling tea saplings to Pierre today? It's because I need to get upgrades done today through Morris. I'm going to give a leek to George here because he loves leeks. I don't have a tulip for Evelyn just yet. She'll have to wait. I'm going to give strawberry here to Maru. A spaghetti to Robin, of course, and another strawberry to Demetrius. So I made lots of people happy today. So today is just a day of gift giving. I also unlocked the bus so I can get access to the desert through Morris. Thank you very much, Morris. Now we can go to the desert, we can go talk to Sandy, but more importantly, we can turn in our Prismatic Shard for the Super Galaxy Sword. One of the strongest weapons in the game, of course, before you get to Ginger Island. So we now have a very good weapon. I also fish up some sandfish here, and of course we go into Skull Cavern just for the poke. So I tried to get down to level 25. If I can get down to level 25, I will get 10,000 gold in the mail from Key. So that's something that I want to do as quickly as possible. I get super lucky here on floor 14. I got 3 iridium nodes, which is absolutely fantastic. Because the more iridium bars we can accumulate earlier on, the more iridium tools we can get access to. It was Emily's birthday, so I gave her an old gem there. She was happy with that. I tried to give Linus a gift, but he was asleep, so he'll have to wait until tomorrow, unfortunately. So at the end of spring, what I did was I purchased tons of crops from Pierre to put into the greenhouse, which will allow me to ship 15 of each of those spring crops. I get the copper watering can off Clint today as well, and I also spend the rest of the day fishing up largemouth bass and other goodies in the lake. So it is the first day of summer, and what's great about the strawberries are that because they died, I didn't have to re-hoe the ground. I just have to site away the dead strawberries. I can plant new crops. 10,000 gold from Key for getting the floor 25 in the Skull Cavern. And I also purchased some starfruit seeds from Sandy. Not a whole lot of starfruit seeds because this is a perfection run, not a money run. But I get a few anyway. I go to Pierre and I'm going to get melons, I'm going to get tomatoes, I'm going to get blueberries, I'm going to get peppers off him. I'm going to get wheat, of course. I'm going to get radish. I'm going to treat myself to some lovely poppies. I'm also going to get some spangle seeds. Caroline loves spangles. We're going to get some hops. We're going to grow some alcohol, or brew some alcohol. And we're going to get some corn. I can't afford the rest of the corn or the sunflowers. We'll have to come back for that. I also do some fishing. And of course, we tackle the legendary fish of summer, the crimson fish. We pull that badass up out of the water, which is another legendary fish added to our lovely fishing roster. Back into the mines, of course, and this time we are going for monster eradication gold, so we're looking to slay bugs. If they drop ancient seeds, we won't say no to those, of course. 20,000 gold today, primarily from selling tea saplings, and we sold a little bit of fish as well. Back to Morris. We're going to get the bridge update. That means we can go into the quarry cave. So I have my steel pickaxe. I'm going to start clearing some debris off the farm here. I'm going to bust open all these big rocks. I spend a whole day cutting down trees because I need wood for upgrades. So I basically go through Cindersap Forest and I cut down most of the trees it has to offer, including the stumps, of course, so the trees grow back. The next day, I'm going to plant some little tree farms here up by the Bat House region, and I'm going to put tappers on all these trees because I want to make kegs, I want to make bee houses, I want to make other items that the game has. So I go to the quarry location here and I'm just going to get rid of all these ores and I'm going to put more trees in this area. So I spent a great deal of time today just mining, cutting down the trees, went into the quarry cave, of course, fought my way through the haunted skulls to get that lovely golden sight. I got a really cool shirt that I put on because I think it's so cool, and that is the golden sight in the bag, which is much better than the regular sight, much better range. So I spent some time with the dwarf today. I purchased a rare crop off him, and I purchased a recipe, the weathered floor. And the reason why I'm purchasing recipes is because you have to make all the recipes in the game to, to get perfection. So all the spring forageables are ready in the greenhouse. I'm going to collect all those. I'm going to plant new crops. These are all spring crops. So the spring crops are going to grow in the greenhouse. Obviously the summer crops are going to grow outside. I also started gifting people today. So Sandy loves daffodils. And I also purchased cactus seeds off Sandy because I want to try to ship off as many crops as possible. For that perfection star where you need to ship 15 of each crop. I pull more sandfish up out of the water here for Penny. And on the next day of summer, we have the lovely hot peppers ready to go for lovely Lewis here. And that's a regrowable crop, so I can always sell those later. So I give Penny a sandfish as well, she's very happy with that. I put a chest here in Robin's house, I'm going to put strawberries in the chest. That means anytime I come up here, I can just take out the strawberries and give those to Mario and Demetrius. Give George a leek, he's happy with that. And I've accumulated quite a lot of geodes. So I'm just going to get Clint to break open these geodes now and just hand more stuff into Gunther here. Because if we give Gunther all the artifacts, he's going to give us a star drop. And I want to get all the star drops in the first 100 days of this run. So, the next day, look at all the lovely crops we get to harvest. These are all radishes, of course. And we're back to fishing as well. I got a diamond and a treasure chest, which is worth 5,000 gold. So we absolutely want to know to that. I got the puffer fish. I got the sturgeon today, which was absolutely great as well. I went into the mines, I got the ghost fish, I got the stonefish, I went out into the middle layers, and I got the ice pip. So I sold a lot of fish today, and I made 22,000 gold, which was really nice. The next day, the poppies are ready to go, so I'm going to harvest all these poppies. I'm going to do more fishing to get the red snapper, of course, because we need that for the fish roster. And we're also going to do the octopus. Now, this was an intense catch. The octopus is so hard. We also got catfish because Woody loves catfish. So I'm going to build a coop. We're going to put chickens in there. We're going to put ducks in there. We're going to put rabbits in there. Rabbits' foots, of course, are really handy for loved gifts. Speaking of loved gifts, it was time to make the rounds. So I'm going to give people tons of loved gifts today. Caroline, of course, loves the summer spangles. I also started purchasing some saplings off here. I tried to get one of each to put into the greenhouse. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford the apple sapling, so I'm going to have to come back to that one later. I put some tappers here on the oak trees because I need to get back oak resin so I can make kegs, so that's set up. I get loads of sunflowers today, and Haley loves sunflowers, so all these sunflowers are going to be presented to lovely Haley. Emily loves loads of minerals like rubies and topazes and amethysts, so she's easy enough. Back into the mines, we are looking for slimes, we are looking for bugs, we are looking for copper ores, we're looking for fibre. Basically, we have monster eradication goals, but also it's nice to get the copper as well. So today is the day of the luau, and I saved a nice gold star cauliflower for this. Governor was super happy. More importantly, that's going to get us lots of hearts with a lot of NPCs in the game. So the hops are finally ready to go, and these hops will regenerate every single day for the rest of summer, which is amazing. Back to Robin. We're going to get her to construct a new building. This time we're going to go for the big coop, of course, so we can put ducks inside there. So that is another building upgrade done for us. I also caught loads of lava eels today because number one, I needed one lava eel for the fishing roster, but number two, look how much to sell for. Almost 1,600 gold for the gold star lava eel. Into the greenhouse, and we're going to pick up this lovely blue jazz. So we just have a lot of spring crops in here. The kale is good to go as well, so we're going to grab the kale and we're going to sell all this. The next day, the melons are good to go. I'm going to pick up all these melons. Now, I'm just going to sell these melons, just to get closer to the achievement. I get the apple sapling off Pierre, and we make some crab pots. And the reason why we make crab pots is because Vincent loves snails. So those crab pots will get snails for us, and these crab pots down by the beach will get lobsters for Elliot. So that is 2 more NPCs in the bag. I made 43,000 gold today, primarily from selling tea saplings and spring crops. The next day, the lovely starfruit has merged, so we're going to get all this lovely starfruit. Now, I'm going to sell this starfruit. I'm also going to sell the blueberries, but we'll process the future starfruit. We get the kegs and stuff. Back to Morris, it is time to get the minecarts because I want fast travel so I can get around the map faster. I got a few snails in the crab pots today. That was really nice. I'm going to give a snail to Vincent. He's super happy about that. But don't tell Jodie about it because she's not impressed. I also got a lobster from the crab pot down by the beach here, so we're going to give that to Elliot, and he is super happy about the lobster. So that's Elliot and Vincent in the bag there for loved gifts. So I'm going to purchase some rhubarb off Sandy today because I need to sell that. I'm going to get some beets as well. I'm going to get 91 more Starfruit Seeds just to make some extra cash. The day ends with Morris fixing up the lovely minecarts for us. The next day, the corn is ready to go. Also, we got our first batch of oak resins. That means we can make kegs. We can start processing some stuff. Down to the middle layers of the mines, we are looking for iron ores. We are also looking for dust sprites. So the tulips are good to go. I'm going to harvest all these tulips and I'm going to gift these tulips to Evelyn because Evelyn loves tulips. We also got the green beans as well. Back to Mars for the panning upgrade, and that's the last upgrade that we needed to complete all of the initial upgrades of the game. I make some kegs. I was just going to put them into the greenhouse for now because I don't have kind of any other places to put them. Greenhouse is a fine place. So I'm going to farm duggies today for the monster eradication goal. And I find it that spamming floor 15 is a great way to get duggies. So it is a new day. New crops have come up. So we spend a great deal today picking up the crops beside the farm, picking up the crops inside the greenhouse. And we're going to sell all these crops, of course. And now we are going to get the lovely deluxe coop off Robin. And that means we can now purchase rabbits. And the reason why we want rabbits is because they can drop rabbit's foots. And everybody loves those. Except Penny, of course, because Penny has to be awkward about it. Back down to kill more duggies today. And it was nice too to get the reward from Georgia for completing all the updates. They give you a Georgia machine, which gives you a Georgia cola every day. It's I mean, it's not something you'd use, but I find it's much better than the trophy. So once we kill all the duggies, we're probably going to move on to the dust sprites after that. So that is a monster slayer goal completed right there. We've killed all the duggies. And once you've done a monster slayer goal, you can go into the Adventurers Guild and get a prize. So we're also going to upgrade our pickaxe to a gold pickaxe because I want to max that out as quickly as possible. I'm going to put some hops into the kegs here to get some pale ale back. Pale ale sells for a nice amount of money. Traveling Merchant sold 5 rare seeds today. I'm going to purchase all those, put them in the greenhouse. Down to Marley, and I'm going to purchase some chickens here for our lovely coop. I'm also going to purchase a couple of ducks for the coop as well. I can't afford rabbits right now, so we'll come back to that. I gave Evelyn a tulip today. She was super happy with that. And George, of course, a lovely leek. I also gave Demetrius a strawberry. I gave the wizard a solar essence because he absolutely loves those. Now, I gave a lot more people loved gifts, but I'm only going to show a few, otherwise this video would just drag on for hours. So up to the bat house area on the next day, and we got maple syrup, so I'm going to make bee houses because bee houses generate honey. And I also went back to Clint 2 today, and I got my gold pickaxe back off Clint. So I set up the bee houses there. They're good to go. They'll generate honey all the time now for us. I also going to go to Robin here too on the 20th. We're going to make another farm building. We're going to make a silo so we can feed our chickens more effectively. Now I have a lot of grass set up on the farm for the chickens to eat, but the silo will just make things a bit easier. Back down into the mines, we're going to get some more iron ores, and we're going to start farming dust sprites. If we kill 500 dust sprites, that'll be another monster eradication goal completed, but also we will get the overpowered burglar ring, which means more monster drops for us. Level 10 farming, we are going to go with artisan, of course. Artisan goods worth 40% more. Bring on the money. So I went down to Gus here and I purchased fried eel because Jory loves that. And I also stocked up on other goods too, like beer, salad, spaghetti and pizza. So we're just going to make the rounds again, and we're going to give the NPCs of Stardew Valley their favourite loved gifts. We've got snails for Vincent, salads for Leah, we've got pizzas for Sam, we've got amethysts for Abigail, of course, she absolutely loves those. We have the fried eel for Jodie, and we also have coffee for Harvey because Harvey loves coffee. Caroline, of course, loves the summer spangles, and Evelyn loves the tulips. George loves the leeks, and Haley loves the sunflowers. Elliot loves the lobsters. Pam, of course, loves a good beer, regardless of the time, and Penny loves the sandfish. Shane loves beer. And we won't forget about Maru or Demetrius, they both love strawberries. And of course the wizard loves solar essences and void essences. So most of the love gifts in this game are really easy to get. The only one that's very difficult to get love gifts for are Alex and Pierre. So I just kind of give them light gifts, which does the job too, you know. Most people like strawberries. So strawberries for the other NPCs that I don't have love gifts for just yet, just so you know. Anyway, back into the mines, we're smelting bars, we're making more cakes because we want to increase our processing power. Also going to make some mayonnaise machines because the chickens now are starting to produce eggs, and I'm accumulating a lot of eggs. So I gave Jordan a fried eel today. Back to the mines, of course. We're slaying more enemies. We are going to farm the lovely iron ore. Eventually we're going to get monster musk, so this task is going to go a lot faster, but it's important you start these goals early on to ensure that you can complete them within the 100 days. We're getting a house upgrade today from Robin, and we spend the rest of the day cutting down trees, getting wood. So the next day of summer, more starfruit has emerged. We're going to grab all this, and that's going to be processed in starfruit wine. I'm going to purchase rabbits today off Marnie. They're going to go into our lovely deluxe coop. So we have Seesaw the rabbit. I'm going to get some spicy eels off Gus for Skull Cavern, and I'm also going to purchase some salads for healable food for Skull Cavern as well. And I'm going to purchase or make some bombs using the iron ore that I have accumulated into Skull Cavern today. Let's see if we can get some lovely goodies. So I have the Galaxy Sword, so in terms of my weapon, it's not too shabby. You know, it does a fine job with these enemies. What we're hoping for now is some decent treasure rooms like this one. That is an auto peddler from the first chest and a Prismatic Shard from the second chest. And that is why Skull Cavern is such a great place to go, because you can get such great rewards. Also, the Iridium nodes, we're not going to turn those down. Of course, we're going to harvest those. So I left early because I wanted to go to this event, the Moonlight Jellies, just to experience the full width of this game. It's a lovely event to experience. And of course, before we go to bed, we're going to smelt the ores that we got in our Skull Cavern run today, just to get some lovely Iridium bars for tool upgrades and things like that. The next day I went to Pierre and I got some pumpkins, got some eggplant seeds, bok choy, yam, cranberry seeds, fairy seeds of course because we're in fall now. And the greenhouse is coming in so handy because you can put anything in here. I got starfruit in here, I've got green beans inside here, I've got rhubarb grown inside here, you know, I've got everything grown inside here for crops and for recipes. So we also have access now to our lovely special orders quest. We're going to go with a curious substance for the wizard here. So we just have to get an ectoplasm for him. Back into Pierre the next day to get more crops, aromat, grape starter, and a lot more pumpkin seeds. Look at all the pumpkins we've planted now. We're going to make tons of money. So I got an ectoplasm off Ghost. Give that to the wizard. 2500 gold in the bag. But more importantly, he'll give us a nice reward the next day. So I fished up a salmon on the next day, and a super cucumber and an albacore of course. And we even went with the midnight carps. We set up extra late just to get that. And before we went to bed, we had a swing at the legendary fish, the angler, which is the legendary fish of fall. And that is now added to our lovely fishing roster. The next day, we got the rusty key from Gunther, which means we can now get into the sores, talk to Krobus, get our hands on the star drop, and of course we have wild horse radishes that Krobus absolutely loves. So we're going to give him wild horseradish, and we're also going to purchase the star drop from him as well. And because we've completed all of the Georgia community, you know, planning projects, we can now get into the mutated bug lair. So I fished up a tiger trout on the next day. I also got myself a sea cucumber just to add to the fishing roster as well, because I need those. And I fished up the mutant carp from the sores, which is another legendary fish added to the fishing roster for us. Into the mutant bug lair we get the slime jack. I also got the void talisman in there as well, so I can get the magical ink. So the next day we got a rainy day, but that doesn't matter now because we have so many sprinklers. But the bok choy was ready to go, so I harvested all of the bok choy into the coop, and as we can see here, I really need to get an auto grabber, so I might get that soon. Duck mayonnaise, regular mayonnaise, we're going to sell that. We're still working on Shane, giving him the bear. We're still giving people gifts that they love. Friday evening is a great way to kind of, you know, go into the saloon and meet everyone. The next day, the eggplants are ready. We're going to harvest all those. The first batch of starfruit wine is good to go inside the greenhouse, so we're going to sell that. I fished up the void mayonnaise, gave that to the goblin. So he is now going to run into that hut, and I am going to get the lovely magical ink, which means I can then use the wizard's magical terminal if I want Junimo huts or something later on. But I also came here to get a fish, the void salmon. Not the most difficult to catch. So that is the void salmon in the bag, and that is the magical ink in the pocket. The wizard will be pleased with our progress. 80,000 gold. Today, let's break it down. That is primarily from the starfruit wine, 3,100 gold a pop. And that's 22 starfruit wine coming in 63,000 gold. I caught the walleye the next day. I needed that for the fish roster. And I also found Penny here, and she has a picnic with the kids. She didn't pick a great day, but Vincent asked a great question. If he eats my vegetables, will he grow up strong? And then he says, He said his brother's so strong he saw Sam lift Penny up into the trees. So funny. So we're giving the dwarf more gifts today. We're giving Krobus gifts today to get the hearts up. And of course, we are going to get all these lovely cranberries, which we're going to sell for more money. The special orders quest board is back. We're going to go with rock rejuvenation because we have loads of minerals from going into the mines. I also going to fix up the boat so I can get access to Ginger Island. So I need iridium bars, battery packs and 200 hardwood that we got from going to the secret woods all the time to farm those lovely hardwood stumps. It was back to Clint, time to upgrade tools. I wanted to upgrade my axe to a gold axe. And I'm just going to give Emily the minerals here to complete rock rejuvenation. Now I only get 1,000 gold for completion. However, she will give me a sewing machine the next day, which is super handy to have that inside your house if you like making clothes. I love making clothes in this game. So I got Lewis's lucky purple shorts and I asked Marnie if she wanted them. She was like, oh, I don't know what this is. You know what they are, Marnie. I also found Lewis in Marnie's room looking for his shorts, but I found them first. So I just gave them to Lewis and he says, found them where? It's too late, Lewis. You have been caught red-handed. We know what you're up to. Back to Clint, got my gold axe, and it was time for an adventure to Ginger Island. So Ginger Island is basically the one in the 1.5 update. Hopefully mobile players will get that soon. We start off by giving this parrot a walnut. I'm not going to show myself getting all the walnuts. If you want to see a golden walnut guide, check out the video up there in the link. It'll show you how to get all the golden walnuts that Ginger Island has to offer. So I'm just going to show you the highlights here of me getting a few golden walnuts. So the main reason I came here is to just build up a relationship with Leo. I'd like to max him out within the 100 days. I also went back to Robin here and I'm going to get her to build a shed because I need to start putting processing machines inside this shed to make even more money. I went to Gus too to see what he had. He got pink cake. I got 3 pink cake from him. And I also gave him an orange because my orange tree has now grown and Gus loves oranges. I'm also going to purchase some supplies here. I'm going to get the auto grabber for the chickens and the ducks and the rabbits. And I also gave Jas a pink cake, so she was super happy with that. Jas also loves fairy roses, so we can give her fairy roses as well. I went to see a game with Sam here. We got to see the Tunnelers play, and we had an absolutely great time. It was back to Ginger Island the next day to get more golden walnuts, and I fished a few up out of the water as well. So I wanted enough golden walnuts so I can get the house unlocked over here. I also got the blue discus fish, which we add to our lovely fishing roster. There's 3 fish we can get in Ginger Island that we need. The blue discus is one, the lionfish is another fish, and the stingray is the last fish we need. Went into the volcano cave, and I got a couple of recipes. I got the ginger ale recipe, and I got the warp totem recipe. I also got a golden walnut out of a chest, but I also got the hot Java ring, which is an absolutely amazing ring. If you slay enemies with this ring equipped, they will drop coffee and triple shot espresso, so you can even sell those to make tons of money. When you reach the forge area, you're always guaranteed 1 prismatic shard. So I went ahead and I enchanted my galaxy sword, and I got the haymaker enchant. It's actually pretty nice because I have animals. It means if I cut open weeds, there's a chance I'm going to get hay back with that weapon. So I get lots of fairy roses today, and I also went into the secret woods because I finally got myself a sweet gem berry, gave that to the statue, and I got back a star drop. Made some crystallariums with some iridium bars that I had. And I'm going to have those generate jades for staircases. Made a ton of gold today, 113,000, just for selling crops. Look at all the pumpkins that we get to harvest today. Hundreds of pumpkins that we're going to harvest. And we're going to process these into pickled pumpkins and pumpkin juice. I also purchased a full stack of pumpkins after that, because we're only halfway through fall. 999 pumpkins. We are going to plant, grow, and process. We are going to come out with tons of money after this. Look at all the pumpkins that we have now set up on the farm. So today, it's the day of the lovely special event. The fair is there. I got second place, of course, but that doesn't really matter because I gambled the rest. Always go with green. It'll land on green the great majority of times. And I kept doing this till I got 8,000 stars. I then purchased everything inside the Stardew Valley Fair shop, including, of course, the star drop. I got the fedora hat. I got the rare crow. I got everything in there. Back to Robin, and I wanted her to upgrade the shed to the big shed because I want to fill that shed up to the top with processing machines. It was time for another special orders quest. We're going to go with Cave Patrol and slay 50 bats because that will also tie into our monster eradication goal to kill bats as well. Back to Clint. This time I wanted to upgrade my pickaxe to an iridium pickaxe, so he'll have that done in a couple of days. So we're now doing the special orders quest. We're killing bats. But this also ties into the monster eradication goals. Triple shot espressos and coffees for killing regular enemies. The hot Java ring is so good. I purchased a mermaid pendant. Who are we going to give it to? Shane, of course. There's no better NPC. And he is super stoked. He accepts. We're going to get married in a couple of days. Yes. Back into the mines to celebrate. And we're going to kill some more bats. If we see dust sprites, of course, we're going to kill those. If we see slimes, we're going to kill those. If we see iron ores, we're going to kill those. And of course, if we pick up frozen tears, we're going to give those to Sebastian, because Sebastian loves frozen tears. With all the back wings that I got, I made some power pylons for more battery packs. Got my iridium pickaxe off Clint, and I also went back to Ginger Island to give Leo a duck feather. He loves those, just to get the relationship up with him. So, I completed Cave Patrol, got 6,000 gold, saved 50 bats, and I also went to upgrade more tools for Clint today. We're going to go with the hoe this time. You can upgrade that to the copper hoe. And we're going to go with Robin, and we're going to make another building. This time we're going to make another silo, because I want to purchase more animals. I'm just going to put that beside the greenhouse here as well. So that is the second silo on the farm. Went to the quarry today just to cut down some trees, because I desperately need wood. And the next day I got married. So me and Shane are now a married couple in the game. So I went into the Skull Cavern today. I got an infestation room, but you know what? I didn't use a ladder. I killed all the slimes just because I need the kill count for monster eradication goals. I also got garlic seeds in the chest. Super happy with that, because that's a year 2 crop. So I'll plant those in the greenhouse and put those into seed makers. Made my way down to Skull Cavern. I got a dinosaur egg as well. I just didn't have the footage there to show it, but I got a dinosaur egg. We'll give it to Gunther. And we're now processing pumpkins and starfruit inside those kegs in the greenhouse. So today we're going to go with Prismatic Jelly, because I really want the monster musk off the wizard. So I spammed floor 5 for half the day looking for this prismatic slime. We killed him, got the Prismatic Jelly. We'll give that to the wizard for another quest completed. And as a reward, the wizard will give us monster musk. So when we take monster musk, it greatly increases the rates of monsters you find in the mines. This makes monster eradication goals way easier. Just look at all the dust sprites now. We're going to kill all these dust sprites. They're also going to drop tons of coffee and triple shot espressos. So I can also sell these to make even more money. Now I'll keep a few triple shot espressos just for the speed buff. But what's great is that when you've accumulated 10 or 50 or 100 coffees or triple shot espressos, you can sell them. You can make tons of money back. This time we're going with the steel upgrade for the hoe. And we're also going to run into Robin again here now. And we're going to construct another farm building. This time we are going to go with a barn, and I'm just going to put that down here just facing the coop, and I'm just going to put pigs into that later on. Tons of pigs for tons of truffles. We're going to give Leo more duck feathers today, and we're going to find more golden walnuts so we can unlock more stuff in Ginger Island. Back into the mines. We're doing more monster eradication goals. We're hunting slimes. We are hunting dust sprites. We need 500 dust sprites to get the burglar ring. And of course we done that, so we get the vampire ring for slaying the bats, and we get the burglar ring for slaying the dust sprites. So now it was time to move on to the skeletons. So we're going to farm the 70s to kill all the skeletons. We're using monster musk as well, so skeletons are appearing all over the place. Look at all the bone fragments and the coffees we're getting from these skeletons. We're getting tons of resources here. We can use the bone fragments for bone mills when we get them later on in the game. You know, if we want tree fertilizers or speed growth, things like that. Bone mills are great for that. I'm going to put preserve jars in this shed, and these are going to process pumpkins for me, turn them into pickled pumpkins, and I'll sell those for extra money. Also, I went back into the greenhouse. I'm getting starfruit wine, I'm getting pumpkin juice. I got all my fruit trees set up. I processed my red cabbages to make more red cabbage seeds, so I get 8 back there. I put in another 4 and I get back 6 red cabbage seeds, so that's not too bad. Back to Clint, got my steel hoe, and then the next day I just go to the Halloween event here. I get a recipe, I also get a rare crow, and of course I also get the lovely golden pumpkin, and that'll come in super handy for someone's birthday if I don't have a gift that they love. The next day, look at all these pumpkins. It took me almost a full day to harvest all of these pumpkins. There was just so many pumpkins. There's 999 pumpkins here I have to harvest. So the next day we're in winter. We're going to go with biome balance, of course. And we find Krobus out on his birthday, of course, roaming the lands. He gives us a magnifying glass. Later on, we check up on him in the source to make sure he's okay. We give him a birthday gift, and that is Krobus maxed out, 10 out of 10 hearts. Krobus just loves wild horseradishes. Willie is maxed out from the catfish. George is maxed out from giving them leeks. Up to Robin here, we're going to upgrade our barn to a big barn. And eventually we get the deluxe barn. Linus is now maxed out, we're giving him cactus fruit. And because it's winter, he's in the bathhouse to keep himself warm because it's just too cold outside. So, you know, fair play to Linus there for not being super hardcore when it comes to the surviving, you know. Sometimes you just gotta seek shelter. More pickled pumpkins today, and I make more preserve jars. And I fill them up with more pumpkins. I'm going to fix up this farm now, get it ready for spring. So I'm going to pickaxe up all these sprinklers, and I'm going to replace them with iridium sprinklers that are on. I get a star drop from Shane. I'm getting the relationship up with him. And of course I get the legendary Glacier Fish, one of the harder legendary catches of course. Another fish added to the fish roster. It's always nice to get an Asian seed out of the fishing treasure chest. I also get the perch today as well. And I also get the lovely lingcod as well, which is a difficult catch as well for winter. More fishies added to the fish roster. I also get the wood skip. Now I could have got that earlier, but it just didn't pop up when I was fishing down here. But I got it today of course. I also went to an event here. Where Sam, Sebastian and Abigail were playing in a band called the Pelicans. So it was just a nice event to experience. Because I got the hearts up with Sam to see that event, so I just said leave it in the video. Back to Sandy, and we are going to purchase a total of 500 Starfruit Seeds. Where are we going to put these seeds? Well, Ginger Island of course. Into the pub on a Tuesday, and we give Pam a crystal fruit to complete a work order quest that she wanted us to do. That maxed out her hearts, which is great. I also fished up a squid as well to add to the roster. And I also going to hand in a few more artifacts here into Gunther because I want to get that star drop off Gunther from giving him all the artifacts. We're almost there with that. I got the lionfish too on Ginger Island, and I'm going to clear away this whole farm now today. I'm going to put down sprinklers and starfruit. Took a whole day to do that. So this is the next day on Ginger Island, and this Ginger Island is now set up with starfruit. I give Leo another duck feather, and then it was back to my regular farm just to get all my lovely pickled pumpkins to make even more money. So we give Linus here a pepper. He's happy with that. That's Linus maxed out. I give Evelyn a tulip. That's Evelyn maxed out. And I give Pierre a gift. That's him maxed out. The wizard is also maxed out. Give him a solar essence. And we're going to get Clint this time to upgrade our hoe to a gold hoe. And we're also going to give Clint an amethyst, which maxes out his friendship also. Back down into the mines, we are slaying more of these lovely skeletons. So we almost have the monster eradication goals done for these skeletons. I finally get level 10 combat. We're going to go with brute, 15% more damage. The skeletons are done. So now we are fighting shadow brutes and shadow shamans. So we're basically fighting void spirits now for another monster eradication goal. So the red cabbages are finished. I'm going to sell those. And it's back to Clint. We get our gold hoe, but now we are going to get him to upgrade another tool. This time we're going to go with the iridium hoe. So that is another iridium tool in the bag. So we're going to give Caroline there a summer spangle. That is Caroline maxed out. I'm just going to talk to Jazz here. The 20 friendship points was enough to max her out. And we're going to give Sandy another daffodil, which also maxes out her friendship. Back into the mines, killing more void spirits, killing more slimes of course. Level 10 mining, we're going to go with Prospector because I desperately need coal. So I went to the lovely fishing winter event here and I won. And I got lovely fishing prizes, including the lovely sailor's cap, which I put on because it's a super cool cap. Iridium hoe back off Clint, and we're going to get him to upgrade our axe to an iridium axe. Back down into the mines for more monster eradication goal madness. I also give the dwarf an amethyst, and that maxes out the friendship with the dwarf, which is great. So let's have a look at the friendship points. We're maxed out with everyone except Leo. We are not going to max out Leo in this 100 days, but we should get him in the 200 days video. Special orders quest, we're going to go with Gus's omelette because we have tons of eggs lying around the place. Back into the mines to farm slime. So I'm spamming floor 5 here using a monster musk because the quickest way to get the slime count up. I made lots of money today from selling, you know, picking pumpkins and starfruits and things like that. I get my iridium axe back off Clint and I get him to open up a ton of geodes in the hopes of finishing off the artifact collection for Gunther. So my sweet gem berries have grown again. I'm going to process these into seed makers. Hopefully I get some good luck. So I put in the first 4 sweet gem berries. Let's see how many seeds I get back. Hopefully more than 4. So I get back, that's 4, 7, 9. That was okay. So I'm going to get the skeleton mask from completing the skeletons, the savage ring from killing the void spirits, and the slime charmer ring from killing 1,000 slimes. So we're doing really well with the monster eradication goals. I am also going to get Robin to upgrade my house again to the next tier. And I also get the star drop off Gunther for giving him the last few artifacts that he needed. So that's all the artifacts done. So I'm just going to get some eggs here, and I'm going to give these to Gus just to complete his special orders quest. As we can see, the auto grabber has accumulated tons of eggs that I should be processing into mayonnaise. We'll do that later on. 3,000 gold for completing that quest. It was back to Ginger Island to get more golden coconuts. So I freed Professor Snail here to start the mini quest to find all the artifacts for him to get even more golden coconuts. But more importantly, I want the ostrich incubator off him so I can actually have some ostriches on the farm as well. So I can get some lovely ostrich eggs. So I get more golden walnuts here, and they're all over the island. You know, if you know where they are, it doesn't take that long to actually pull them up out of the ground. I completed the gembird puzzle here. I got a few more golden walnuts, 5 there in total, which is really nice. I also repaired the resort in Ginger Island so the NPCs can come over and relax. And I also got access to the beach, but more importantly, I get access to the Pirate's Cove, where I can fish up the stingray, which is one of the last fish that I needed to complete the roster. So all I need now is to fish at the night market, you know, the submarine event. So we also get to pull up all the lovely starfruit on Ginger Island. That's all going to be processed, and we're going to get Robin to make another building here. We're going to go with the deluxe barn. Now we can get pigs, which is really nice. So I'm going to make more kegs today, 53 kegs. And I can't really fit those into the shed, so I'm just going to make a little area just outside the house there. And I'm going to put these kegs down, and they can all process starfruit and turn it into starfruit wine. So I get the midnight squid, I get the blobfish, and I get the spookfish, which means I've gotten all the fish in the game. That is another starfruit in the bag for us. Willie will send us a starfruit in the morning. I also have all the minerals got as well, and I have all the artifacts got. Quite the achievement for the first 100 days. So it's the next day, day 100. Willie gives us a lovely starfruit. So we're going to take that, and that is all the starfruit gotten as well on this run, which is absolutely amazing. And that finishes out the first 100 days in this game. What a challenge it was, what an experience. Day 101, we are halfway through winter, and there's only one thing on our mind right now, and that is to make as much money as possible. Now we do have a shed on the farm. It's filled up with preserve jars at the moment, so we're going to process all those preserve jars. We have some leftover pumpkins, so we'll process those. Up to the quarry, we are going to lay a lovely tree farm here, and we're going to put tappers on these trees to get more oak resins so we can make more kegs. We're going to pick up a special orders quest too. We're going to go with island ingredients because we're going to get the lovely solar panel from completing that quest, which means battery packs for us. We got the Solar Kingdom painting there off the famous Zucchini. Day number 102, we are on the hunt for ginger to try to complete the special orders quest. Now there's a limited number of ginger on the island every day, so we'll have to come here every single day and hoe up as much ginger as possible. There's also a few more golden walnuts to get on Ginger Island. There's 130 in total, so we've got a few there from farming. And we're working on Leo as well to max out his friendship, so we've got rabbit's foots and duck feathers for him. Day 103, we're in the volcano, we're getting golden walnuts, we're also getting cinder shards, we're also hunting down magma sprites for the monster eradication goals. So I get a nice dragon tooth club out of a chest here, which is a huge weapon upgrade for me. So I'm going to go ahead and enchant that. I'm going to give it 3 rubies, increase its attack power. And if I get a prismatic shard later on, sure, we might give it an enchant as well to make it even stronger. Now, the infinity weapons are much stronger, but for now we don't have galaxy souls, so we will use the dragon tooth club. So day 104, we are going to go to the lovely frog, and he is going to give us 5 golden walnuts for each crop we have on the farm. So he's going to give us 5 for melons, 5 for wheat, and 5 for garlic, which is amazing. So we just got a lovely secret note there. That is the location of a golden walnut and an ostrich egg. Speaking of ostrich eggs, we just got another one there. I'm going to buy a banana sapling here as well to plant that, because I need a banana to get some more golden walnuts later on. That's the second ostrich egg there in the bag. And I also unlocked the teleportation here as well, so I can just quickly teleport back to my farm if I need to. So I've got starfruit wine here in the kegs, that's going to sell for quite a lot. I got super lucky as well today, and I got an owl statue, so we'll use that as a decoration on the farm. So I'm going to go to Marnie today, and we're going to purchase some animals. We're going to get 12 pigs for one of our deluxe barns. And these pigs are going to make us huge profits in spring. Now, they do start off as baby pigs, but when these pigs are mature and when they have full hearts, they're going to get us loads of truffles. 310,000 gold made today, primarily from selling starfruit wine and pickled pumpkins. So on day 106 we go to Robin. We are going to construct a farm building, and we're going to get her to make another barn because we want more animals, which means more profit for us. So we're going to build that up, and I might put cows and goats into that. I have some iridium ore from the previous Cavern run. We'll turn that into iridium bars. The trees grew quickly because I used tree fertilizer, so we're going to put tappers in those trees, and we're also going to go with the community cleanup special orders quest. So Linus will give us the fibre seed, which means fibre won't be a problem anymore. So I'm going to fish up all my trash here on Ginger Island because it's very easy to get trash there. I also get a tropical curry recipe, of course, because we need all the recipes to make those to get perfection. The tropical curry is something that we need. So I fished up the snake skull, one of the many artifacts we need for Professor Snail. And on day 107 I decided to make some iridium sprinklers because we are going to upgrade our farms. Day 108 we get the fibre seed off Linus for getting all the trash for him. So we'll plant a few of those, and that means we won't need fibre for quite some time. I'm going to change my farming professions around using the Statue of Uncertainty today. And I'm also going to take the extended family key quest, which will give me 20 key gems. So I'm just going to make a little patch here. I'm going to fill this up with fibre seeds, and I'm also going to go with the agriculturist perk for farming because that way the seeds will grow faster. So I got Emily here from my lovely Secret Santa, and she gave me a beer. I've gotten worse, trust me. I think I got stole once, or coal. And I also fished up the legendary Glacier Fish Jr. at the end of day 109. Day 110 we are on the hunt for more legendary fish to complete the Keys quest, and I get the Legend 2 here. It is a difficult catch, but it sells for a nice chunk of money. I also get the Angler down here as well on day 110, which is really nice. And we go for the stroll here too down to the Azores, and we'll get the Mutant Carp, which is another legendary fish. The great thing is that you can keep these fish if you want, or you can sell them. You don't have to give them back to Mr. Key. And we're going to fish up the Crimson Fish here as well, and that completes the quest. Back to Robin on day 111, and we are going to go up the final house upgrade for 100,000 gold. So Robin will have it done in a few days. We're also going to go to the Desert Trader, and we are going to purchase tons of rhubarb seed. Rhubarb will be our main crop for spring. You can make quite the profit from that, and we spend the rest of the day just breaking open some wood stumps here to get our hands on hardwood, and we got our final level up in foraging. The parrots also visited Stardew Valley, and they made Leo a home that he can live in. It's a cool little treehouse beside Linus's hut, so that's good. A new NPC added to the valley. So we're going to go with Botanist here for level 10 foraging, which is a no-brainer. So we're going to pick up more taro roots here, we get more golden walnuts, and we are going to spend a good portion of today cutting down trees in Ginger Island because we need tons and tons of hardwood and regular wood for the upgrades that we want to do. Back to Sandy, and I decided to purchase more rhubarb seeds, and I can always plant those on the Stardew Valley farm, or I can even plant them on the Ginger Island farm. Day 113, we're back in spring, and Kent decides to visit us, which is a year 2 NPC, and that's all the NPCs that you're going to see in the game. So once we max out Kent and once we max out Leo, we'll be finished with maximizing NPC hearts. Shane wanted to adopt a baby. I said no problem. Into the greenhouse. Day 114 is time to process all our lovely pumpkins and the pumpkin juice, and we also have some sweet gem berries as well. So I'm actually going to sell these ones because I need to sell 15 of each crop to, for one of the achievements. So I go to Pierre today, and I'm going to buy, 10 of most seeds that he has. And the reason why I'm going to buy all these seeds is because when it comes time to make all the recipes, I'll have all the crops for it. So day 115, it's a rainy day. That doesn't really mean anything to us now because we have sprinklers, but the fibre can be harvested, and we're going to get hundreds of fibre from this. So I'm going to take on a quest here from an NPC on Ginger Island. She doesn't have a name, it's question marks, but she's going to give us a war memento, which is going to start a chain quest, and we are going to spend a good portion of today doing that chain quest. So today we're going to go with Keys Cuisine. We get 25 key gems for that. Ship 100,000 gold worth of freshly cooked items. best way to do this is to just purchase tons and tons of coffee off Gus. Turn it into triple shot espresso and then sell that. Now you do lose out on a bit of money, but if you have lots of money, it's a very easy way to just complete that quest and get some handy key gems, because we want to get all the recipes off Key, and we also want to get all the endgame items off them too, to make our lives a lot easier. So I spent a good portion of today putting eggs into these mayonnaise machines, making mayonnaise, and I come out with 176,000 gold, which is really nice. The next day we start the chain quest. Now it's Kent's birthday, we give him the rabbit's foot, we also give him the war memento, and he's going to give us a really cool item which we can give Gus. In return, Gus is going to give us a Stardew Valley rose. We're going to give that to Sandy. She'll give us the advanced TV remote. We're going to give that to George for the Arctic Shard. Give that to the wizard for the wiggling worm, and give that to Willy for the pirate's locket. It's quite the chain quest, but it's cool. And we're going to give the pirate's locket back to the woman here, and she gives us the fairy dust recipe, which is a nice recipe, and she also gives us more golden walnuts. So we're actually almost there now. We're getting the full 130 golden walnuts, which is really nice. What's probably going to stop us from getting it for a while is the snake vertebrae, because that is it's very hard to get. So we're working on Leo again here now. I'll give him a duck feather today to increase the friendship with him, because he loves duck feathers, and obviously if I can give him a silver, gold or an iridium quality duck feather, I'll get even more friendship point. I also spend a great deal of portion today cutting down trees to get more wood, and the reason why I need more wood is that I need to make lots of kegs, preserve jars, sheds, barns, coops. They all require wood. So we remastered the foraging today. I'm going to go with Forester for more wood, and I'm going to go with Lumberjack, so there's a chance to get hardwood when you cut down trees, which is really nice as well. So it's day 119 and the pigs are finally finding truffles for us. I'm going to pick up all these truffles. Now because I respect foraging, I'm not going to get iridium truffles, but we can always respec it later on. I do the mermaid puzzle today in Ginger Island by putting down flute boxes, so I get some more golden walnuts there. And day 120 we're going to go with the big barn. So we're going to upgrade the regular barns with the big barn. And we're going to take another key quest. So we're going to go with Key's crop, because we're going to get 100 key gems if we do that. And I've got some really nice tactics for that. In my opinion, the best way to get the key beans is to just fish them up. Keep fishing, because you can get them into treasure chests. You can also pull them directly out of the water. So I'm going to fix the bridge today in the Volcano Cave. We're going to go back in. We're going to go on a bit of a journey. Enchanter Dragon 2 Club, and it gets the Vampiric enchant, which isn't too bad. I would have preferred Artful or Crusader, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? I'm going to get the deluxe retaining style recipe, as well as the banana pudding recipe from the Ginger Island Trader. And then we are back in Stardew Valley. We are processing more pumpkins into pickled pumpkins, and new special orders quest has appeared. We'll go with Pierre's Prime Produce, because we want the mini shipping bin from him. So I got a few more artifacts, going to hand those into Professor Snail today, and as a reward I get a banana sapling and some more golden walnuts, which is great. So that is a lot more golden walnuts off Professor Snail, but he has a few more to cough up. Just got to find some snake parts for him. So we are now going to get the deluxe barn today, and that's going to be the final upgrade. But we're not finished with Robin just yet. I'm going to buy some wood chippers from her, because I can process my hardwood into regular wood using the wood chipper, and I have so much hardwood accumulated now. I'm going to get tons of wood back using this method, because we just need so much wood for the upgrades that we're doing and for the stuff that we're making. So I spend a great deal of time today just putting hardwood into these wood chippers to get back regular wood. Day 124, the rhubarb has come to fruition, so we're going to harvest all that. We're also going to go to Clint as well here, and I'm going to spend all my money on coal. So you probably think this is a bad move, however it takes a long time to farm coal, and I need it to make tons of preserve jars. I need to make lots more preserve jars. I also harvest the rhubarb on Ginger Island as well, and that takes an incredibly long time. Day 125, it is time to purchase strawberry seeds. So I'm going to get almost a full stack. I ran out of money, but I got 767, so I'll make a nice profit from that, and I'll get between 2 and 3 harvests from those strawberries, because I have the agriculturist farming profession, so that knocks 10% off them. So I've just planted all the strawberries. As we can see, day 126, all the strawberries are grown up on the farm now. It's going to be quite the profit. We're going to go to Robin 2. We're going to get a new shed put on the farm, and that'll be filled up to the top with processing machines. We're also going to get all this lovely oak resin that the tappers have produced, and we're going to collect all that lovely wood as well from the wood chippers. So wood chippers are totally overpowered in this game, especially if you've got lots of hardwood, and there's loads of ways you can accumulate hardwood in this game. So day 127, time for the special orders quest. We're going to go up to strong stuff for Pam. She wants potato juice, so she'll get just that. We're going to finish up Pierre's prime produce special orders quest by giving him taro roots. And we get money for that. So we're going to respec farming again. We're going to go tiller, crops worth 10% more. And we're going to go with artisan so we can sell all our lovely artisan items. So day 128, we are back to the key quest with the key fruit, and we're just going to harvest all this. But what we're going to do is, when it's all harvested, we're going to turn it all into seeds again, and then we're going to plant those. That's the fastest and easiest way you're going to get up to 500 of these beans. Just harvest into a seed maker, rinse and repeat until you can harvest 500 of them. So as you can see today, we make over 1 million gold, and this is just an accumulation of starfruit wine and pumpkin juice and other bits and bobs, but primarily starfruit wine and pumpkin juice. That's how overpowered starfruits actually are. Look at the profits there. 3,150 gold. Day 129, our lovely baby has entered the house, and Shane is ready for road. Papa Shane reporting for duty, so fair play to Shane. He's come a long way. We're also going to get the big shed. This is going to be a shed upgrade, and once that building is fully upgraded, we'll fill that up with kegs. Speaking of kegs, it is time to grind out more wood, because we need to make over 100 kegs, which means we need thousands and thousands of wood for that. So I'm just going to cut on all these trees in Cindersap Forest. Make sure you get the stumps too, so the trees grow back. So we're going to visit Morris today, our good friend Morris. We're going to give him 500,000 gold for a lovely cinema, so we can bring people to the cinema. It's a great way to increase friendship. Speaking of cinema, we're going to give Kent here a lovely golden ticket on day 131, and we're going to bring him to the cinema to try to get his friendship up faster with us. We also give him a rabbit's foot as well. Now, his loved gift is actually a roasted hazelnuts, but we don't have too many hazelnuts at the moment. So we went to see the brave little sapling in the cinema, and it's all about this little sapling that wants to grow into a tree. Let's just pray that he doesn't grow into a tree in Cindersap Forest, because he's not going to last very long. Day 132, it is time to harvest the lovely strawberries, and we've got hundreds of strawberries to harvest. We also go back to Ginger Island as well, and we're going to convert more key beans into seeds, and we're going to plant those again. So as we can see now, there is tons and tons of beans planted, and when these all grow, we should have over 500 to complete that quest, so they're just going to take a few days. So it is back to Key's Secret Walnut Room. We have new quests, 4 precious stones, and let's play a game. Of course we're going to go for 4 precious stones, because Junimo Kart is just way too hard. Way too hard. So we need to get 4 Prismatic Shards, plenty of ways we can get those, but we'll just do a Skull Cavern dive to get those, no problem. Day 133, we are processing more starfruit, so we have an overabundance of starfruit from year 1, if you're wondering where I got all the starfruit from. Another special orders quest, fragments of the past, 100 pieces of bone. That'll be simple. We're just going to go to the dig site here on Ginger Island, and we're going to mine up all these lovely nodes to get bone fragments. We just need 100 bone fragments. You can also fight skeletons too to get them, but the dig site's a good place. So we give Leo another duck feather, and we have Leo maxed out in terms of friendship. That's 10 out of 10 hearts with Leo. All we have left now to maximize friendship with everyone is Kent. And we can just give him rabbit's foots every couple of days, and he'll be a happy camper. So we're also focusing on monster eradication goals. So if I see these magma sprites or magma sparkers, we will kill those as quickly as possible for all those monster eradication goals. So we're going to make an obelisk today. We're going to make the desert obelisk, so I can just warp to the desert anytime I feel like it. Day 136, we have more strawberries. So we're going to harvest all these, and we're going to sell these and make an absolute ton of money. We're also going to visit a dwarf, and I'm going to purchase loads of life elixirs, which is the best consumable in the game because it always heals you up full. I'm also going to purchase from him tons of bombs as well. Into the Skull Cavern, and on floor 39 I get my first Prismatic Shard out of a chest. I just need 3 more to get to complete that quest. I made it down to floor 100 though, and I got the Iridium Snake Milk, which increases my HP by 25, so that's really good as well. So we're just venturing down here and blowing up some Iridium nodes. I get another Prismatic Shard there, plus tons of Iridium ore. I also, on day 138, handed in the bone fragments into Gunther, and that's the fragments of the past done for him. I also completed the special orders quest for Pam by giving her 15 potato juices. That's 3,000 gold in the bag. And we're also going to harvest all of the key fruit here on Ginger Island to complete Key's special quest, and that will give us 100 key gems for completion. So speaking of key quests, we're going to do Key's Hungry Challenge. Your task is to make it to level 100 in the Skull Cavern, however you can't eat or drink anything. We're also going to give a banana to this gorilla, and he is going to reward us with more golden walnuts. Excellent, because our banana tree fully grew after a month. So we're going to treat ourselves today for some items. We're going to purchase 3 galaxy souls, and with the remainder I'm going to get the key to the town, which makes it much easier to access the vendors in this game if we need items, for example hay from Marnie. So I purchased the galaxy hammer, and I put geisters into it. I got the infinity gavel, I put 3 rubies into it, and I also gave it an enchant which I got artful. So we now have one of the strongest weapons in the game. I also purchased 6 cows and 6 goats off Marnie for the milk that we need, because I want to ship one of each item off in the game, so I need cows and goats to make that happen. For for cow cheese, goat cheese, cow milk and goat milk, including the large milks. Day 140 I purchased 175 staircases using jades that have been replicated in my lovely crystallariums. So we're going back into the Skull Cavern. I got down fairly deep today because I spammed some ladders. I got some nice prismatic shards, so that's good for Key Secret Walnut quest. Now we also have monster eradication golds for those mummies, so if I see them I do kill them. If I see serpents I kill them. If I see rock crabs I kill them. Day 141, it is the start of summer, so we're going to get rid of all our dead strawberries and we're going to replace them with starfruit. Look at all the starfruit that I have. I've got a full stack of starfruit ready to go, and this is just the beginning. We also have our greenhouse, which is now primarily taken over with ancient fruit, so that's a nice profit right there. And we're going to go with the Juicy Bugs Wanted Special Orders quest for Willy. And we're going to go with 4 precious stones again for Key's special quests, because we don't want to play Juno Bogart. Back into the volcano, and our primary goal here is to kill the magma sprites. And I also went to Robin's, and we're just going to build more buildings here because we want more sheds, more processing machines, of course. I get red cabbage seeds off Pierre because I need to ship those for the achievement. And we're just doing Willy's special orders quest here right now, so we're just killing these bugs to get bug meat. I just need 100 bug meat to complete that quest. So I got my steel trash can back off Clint. I'll get him to upgrade it again to a gold trash can, so we come back there in a few days. Day 144, I completed Willy's special orders quest. That's 3000 gold in the bag. We'll also get a prize off Willy. Super lucky in the Skull Cavern today. I got a lucky ring. I had to get rid of something for it though. We'll just throw away a couple of the bones. Time to upgrade our shed to a big shed here via Robin. That is another big shed added to the farm. We're going to fill that up with processing machines. Speaking of processing machines, it is back to the quarry to get more wood by sacrificing hardwood. Look at all the lovely starfruit wine we have today, 146, and it is going to give us quite a lot of money. 653,000 gold, primarily from selling starfruit wine, of course. Day 147, we are doing it again. We are farming wood using wood chippers. As long as we have hardwood, we don't need to cut down many trees, but we still cut down trees regardless because we need even more wood. So we are going to get the Ginger Island obelisk today. This means we can fast travel to Ginger Island and we can fast travel back to Stardew Valley, so we don't need to use Willy's boat anymore. I purchased more cabbage seeds off Pierre because I need to ship 15 of those in total, and we get a void egg off the witch. So day 148, I play some darts to get more golden walnuts. You can play darts up to 3 times to get awarded with 3 golden walnuts. So that's 3 more in the bag for us, which is great. So all we need now are the golden walnuts from Professor Snail, so we need snake vertebrae for that. So I go to the theatre today to play the crane game here just to get some aesthetic items for the house. I also get an iridium trash can back off Clint. So now we're going to do Robin's Resource Rush, 1,000 pieces of wood, but we also get to keep the wood, so we might as well hit 2 birds with the 1 stone there with that. I'm also going to build a slime hutch here because why not? It's one of the few buildings I don't have on the farm, and it also means regular slimes will drop slime eggs when they die, so that's more money for me. So I put down more wood chippers, which means I can now convert more hardwood into regular wood, which is great. And that very quickly completes Robin's special order quest, so more gold for us. And as a reward, we get the lovely stone chest from Robin, which is a real nice looking chest. So I'm killing dinosaurs today because we need to kill these for the monster eradication goal. So if we get a prehistoric level like this, then we kill some lovely dinosaurs. More prismatic shards for us, of course, and I also got really lucky here too. And I got a second prismatic shard from killing a serpent. 2 prismatic shards on the 1 floor. can't ask for much more than that. Another Prismatic Shard here for blowing open Iridium nodes. And I also get even luckier and get another lucky ring from a crate. That is my second lucky ring, so it's probably time now to go off and start merging some ring combinations together to get that extra luck. So today Clint is upgrading our watering can as a steel watering can. Day 152, it is time to harvest more Starfruit, which means more money for us. So I'm going to put 4 Prismatic Shards into the bin there for key. That gives me more key gems, and we're going to get another quest. So we have a choice here now between the Hungry Challenge and Let's Play a Game. We're going to go with the Hungry Challenge, of course, which means we're going to go back into the Skull Cavern to get more key gems. I merged a Slime Charmer ring with a Lucky Ring and an Iridium Band with a Lucky Ring today for a super ring combination, and I also got Efficient on the Iridium Axe, which means that the axe will no longer use up any energy. I got super lucky today, and I got the second snake vertebrae that I needed in order to finish off Professor Snail's artifact quests, which means I'm going to get the last few golden walnuts that I need. So I now have 130 golden walnuts in total. That's all the golden walnuts gotten on Ginger Island. Day 154, the starfruits are good to go. We're going to harvest all these lovely starfruits, process them into starfruit wine, and when they are ready, we are going to make huge profits altogether. Huge profits. Back to into Skull Cavern, I got the white turban, so I'm actually going to swap out my hats now for that, just to change it up a little bit. And we are on the hunt for more Prismatic Shards for keys, special quests. So I go to Sandy today to get more Starfruit Seeds, because I want another batch of these for processing. So we're going to fill up our Stardew Valley farm again now with more Starfruit. It's the best thing by far you can get in summer. So I'm going to give Kent a rabbit's foot, and guess what? That maximizes Kent's friendship with us, which means we now have full friendship with every NPC in the game. So now I'm going to go with island ingredients for Caroline. So Caroline wants us to ship off 100 items there. No problem, Caroline. I'm also going to get some recipes here. So hyper speed grow, we'll try to get the heavy tappers. I can also trade in my golden walnuts there for key gems, the remainders. I also get the iridium watering can off Clint today, and of course we're going to go back to the forge and upgrade our iridium pickaxe for powerful. That's really nice because that means we can now one-shot the nodes in the volcano with the powerful enchant, and I also get bottomless for the iridium watering can, which is super handy as well. And I also do the quest chain and get the club card so I can access the casino, so I can get that last alien rare crow that I need. And of course we get the bear's knowledge as well for giving the bear a maple syrup, which is an item added to our wallet. We also give the driver here beside the Joja Marta Rabbit's Foot for a permanent luck upgrade. So that's the special charm we got right there, and that gives us a permanent luck increase, which is really nice too. Day 157, I go into the casino. I'm going to buy some key gems, and I'm going to basically play a game here until I have lots of key currency to purchase stuff. So I have 16,000 key currency there, and I'm just going to use that to get the alien rare crow, which is the last rare crow I needed, along with some other bits and bobs like the paintings there as well. The next day I get the Deluxe Scarecrow as a reward for attaining all the rare crows. Deluxe Scarecrow covers a lot more range than the regular rare crows, so it's something that you want to make and put down on your farm so you can have more tiles for farming. I spent a great portion of today turning milk into cheese. I also got a tiger slime egg and put that into an incubator to start my lovely little slime farm. I also got the trash can here, which is a nice decoration that I can put in my farm from the fountain. And of course, day 159, we are going back to the Wizard's Place to get the Earth Obelisk, and we'll also get the Beach Obelisk as well, so now we can fast travel to the beach, and we can also fast travel up to the mountain area. That's all the obelisks got, another primary goal complete. So I'm going to get Robin to make me a stables today, which means I can get around faster using my horse. Because increased movement speed means you can get from A to B faster, which means you have more time to make more money. I got lots of gold there from doing and a solar panels for completing Caroline's special orders quest, so thanks very much Caroline for that. So this time I'm going to put hops into the kegs here because I need to sell pale ales for the in the ship every item achievement. I also make some solar panels, stick them down into the desert, which will be a nice supply of batteries every few days. We're going to name the horse Sunny, of course, because I'm a huge One Piece fan. And I'm using a mod here called the Pegasus mod, so the horse looks like Pegasus. So this time I'm going to put more starfruit into preserve jars. Now obviously you can make more money by putting them into kegs, but all the kegs are they're processing starfruit at the moment. So we'll use the preserve jars for the excess. So I got all my pale ales today. I'm going to sell those. I'm also going to get a mill here too off Robin, so she'll build it up for us. And what we can do with the mill later is we can just put loads of wheat into it. So today it's back processing items. We're getting even more cheese. We'll sell all the cheese, of course, to make even more money. But we actually have tons of milk here now because we have 6 cows and 6 goats. So there's loads and loads of milk in those auto grabbers. And then it's, of course, back into the big shed. And I'm getting Ancient Fruit wine, I'm getting Starfruit wine, and we're just going to replace all that with more Starfruit. We're going to go with Key's Cuisine special quest today. So it's going to be purchasing more coffee, of course, turning that into more triple shot espressos. We don't make a profit from this, but we don't mind that. We just want the key currency to get those endgame items. So we're going to get more Ancient Fruit today from our greenhouse, and we're just going to process that further. So I'm going to purchase pressure nozzles today. I'm going to get 8 in total, which is 2 sets. And I'm going to redo the Ginger Island farm. So I'm going to put down iridium sprinklers, I'm going to give them pressure nozzles, and that means I'll be able to plant even way more crops on Ginger Island. So we're going to put loads of Ancient Fruit on our Ginger Island farm to maximise profits that we make. I'm going to get Robin to make me a fish pond because I need caviar for the Ship Everything achievement. So we'll put a sturgeon into that. I also make a few deluxe scarecrows. I'm going to put them all around the farm, which means I'll have more space to put down more crops. And of course, day 166 we go back into the Skull Cavern, and we are going to search for Prismatic Shards. We are also searching for monsters, so I just got the Monster Slayer goal there for completing the rock crabs, which is really nice. And of course, I'm going to get a dinosaur mayonnaise so I can ship that for the achievement, as well as other mayonnaise items. So we're looking for the void mayonnaise as well, actually. So I also put a sturgeon here into the fish pond, and that will give me back sturgeon raw. That will be converted into caviar. And day 168, that's our last batch of starfruit. So we're going to harvest all this lovely starfruit. That will be converted into starfruit wine, and that will be sold for a lovely, lovely profit just for us. So day 168, this is the end of summer, and we'll use today by just putting down loads of wheat. So we're now in fall. I'm going to get artichoke seeds off here because that's a year 2 crop. We never actually sold that in year 1. I'm also going to get a full stack of deluxe speed grow. This just to speed up the crops so we can make money faster. And I made a lot of gold today just from selling more starfruit wine and things like that. So starfruit wine is the main moneymaker on this farm at the moment. So I got sturgeon raw today on day 170, and I'm just going to pop that into a preserve jar here to make caviar. Now it will take 3 days, 19 hours, so almost 4 days. But it'll be worth it because we just have to ship that off for that achievement, to ship one of each item. So we're getting bad luck here with the key quests. We had a choice between Key's Cuisine and 4 precious stones. We go with the 4 precious stones again because that way we can just go into the Skull Cavern and do multiple goals in there. So I made some tea saplings, going to plant these because I need tea leaves, because I need to ship off a green tea in order to get that achievement, or to work towards that achievement. Day 171 we're putting down another building here. And the reason why I'm putting down so many buildings is because I just want to get more animals, I want to get more processing machines, and it's the best way to save space. Just keep it all on the farm, keep it compact, keep it easy to get to. Day 172, our lovely wheat is ready to go. So not only are we going to get lots of wheat from this, but we're also going to get hay, which means I won't have to buy any from Marnie by the time I'm finished. I'm going to plant all these pumpkins now, and I might just use the speed grow as well to speed up these pumpkins. Or I might just use them on the second batch if I don't have enough time before the speed grow is applied. So I'm going to put all the wheat into the mill here, and that'll give me back wheat flour tomorrow. So let's see how much wheat flour it's going to give us back. So day 173 we get back 998 wheat flour, which is amazing. So we're going to sell that. We're going to get almost 50,000 gold just for that, which is really nice. So we're back in the Skull Cavern today, and we're killing serpents for monster eradication goals, and we're looking for more prismatic shards. So we just got one there from just blowing up an iridium deposit. Day 174 I got the caviar, and I shipped that away, so we're one step closer from completing the achievement to ship one of every item. I also put 4 prismatic shards into the chest there, and I bought some mushroom tree seeds. So I'm going to grow some mushroom trees on the farm here, and we can actually put tappers on these mushroom trees as well, and they generate mushrooms every day, which is really cool. So I went to the Ginger Island farm, and this is where I planted most of the fall crops. So I'm just going to get the artichokes here now, harvest all those, and I'll sell those. So we're going to go with the big barn today. And we'll upgrade our regular barn to a big barn, and then of course we'll upgrade it to a deluxe barn because I want to put ostriches inside there. So it's more processing today, starfruit into starfruit wine, and we're going to sell that, another 486,000 gold in the bag from primarily starfruit wine. So it's another quest, it's Keys Cuisine. Unfortunately we're not getting the options we want. We don't have radioactive ore yet, so we have to go with either Keys Cuisine or the 4 precious stones. We go with Keys Cuisine this time. So I'm going to put an ostrich incubator into the barn here, and I'm going to put an ostrich egg into that. Now it will take 9 days for that egg to hatch, but it's so worth it because ostriches are great money makers. So I'm just doing Willie's special orders quest here. I just need 5 lionfish, I need 5 blue discuses, and I need 5 stingrays. Most of today was taken up with just fishing up those fish. On day 178 we get the stingrays. It took us a whole day to get those, and our reward is a deluxe fish tank from Willie. Thank you very much. So I got a strange capsule today on the farm. We'll put that inside the house. That's a super rare event. We're also going to go to Robin and upgrade the barn to another deluxe barn. So I go to Guild here now and I get a few items for completing monster eradication goals, Knight's Helm, Arcane Hat, and of course the Crab Shell ring, which is a really nice ring because it gives a huge defense bonus. I got Void Mayonnaise too today, so I'm going to ship that off. And I spent the rest of the day fishing off some secret items. So I got the foliage print here from Ginger Island, which is a really nice painting. I also fished up the squirrel figurine here as well, which is a little statue that you can put anywhere you want. And I also got the Physics 101 from the volcano cave here as well, which is another really nice painting to get. And we got the lifesaver from Willie's area here where his boat is, which is another nice item you could put in your wall. I also met some oil makers, and they're going to make truffle oil because I need to ship truffing oil for the achievement to ship one of each item off in the game. So I also went down to the Vincent's room with a strange bun. I got back the Furogooman statue. I call it a Furogooman. I know other people call it different things, but to me it's always going to be Furogooman, some sort of a Digimon thing. I also traded a duck mayonnaise for a pinky lemon and a super cucumber for a statue here that is called a HMGTF. HMTGF. But it's a cool statue. So something broke out of our strange capsule. I don't know where it went. I don't know if there's any extra secrets to see from that. But whatever it was, it broke out and it's lurking somewhere in Stardew Valley. At the end of day 182, I'm at a whopping almost 1.2 million gold. So our little baby has grown up a little. It can walk around now, and we can put hats on it. So I gave it the arcane hat in the hopes that it would become more knowledgeable and maybe get cool mage powers later on. So we're going to go with Key's Kindness today, give 50 loved gifts in 1 week. So today, 183, is going to be a day of giving. And we are going to give love gifts to everyone. So the dwarf got a jade, Demetrius gets a rabbit's foot, Linus gets a coconut because he loves those, of course. We're also going to give Robin a peach because we have a peach tree in the greenhouse and she loves peaches. Evelyn a diamond because I've got diamonds for days. And I gave other people love gifts too, but I said I'd just show a few, you know. Back to Skull Cavern, we're looking for Prismatic Shards. We're also looking for serpents to kill for monster eradication goals. Day 185, look at all these pumpkins. We even got mutated pumpkins. Now we're not gonna get rid of the mutated pumpkins. You can get a lot of pumpkins off them. We're gonna leave them on the farm just for decorative purposes because they're so rare to get. It's so rare to get a mutated crop. But I will purchase more pumpkins and I will put down speed grow, which means these pumpkins will be grown in no time at all. So day 186, we are back to gift giving. And we finish up that night by giving the wizard a solar essence, which completes Key's special walnut room quest. So day 187, we are back to Ginger Island, pulling up ancient fruit. I'm going to buy more pressure nozzles because these things are absolutely amazing. And I'm also going to get some key seasoning as well because I need to empower certain food types for goals I want to achieve later on in the game. So I can make the majority of recipes the game has to offer at the moment, but for today we're just going to make a seafoam pudding, which gives me a +5 skill to fishing, and with that I pull up the Iridium Crobus just south of Cindersap Forest, which is one of the coolest statues in the game. And of course on day 189 we're going to go back into our greenhouse and get even more ancient fruit. So if we have an over excess of ancient fruit, we sell it. If kegs are available, we'll put it into the kegs. So I'm going to make a shed there now for more processing machines, and we're going to go back to the dig site here as well because I need more bone fragments for recipes that I want to make later, because in this video I want to get the achievement of crafting every item in the game. So we're reaching the end of fall now, and as a result we can grab tea leaves every single day, you know, leading up to the end of the season from our lovely tea saplings. I also get some more starfruit wine out of those cakes too, which is nice. So we're going to enchant our fishing rod today. I'm hoping for the master enchantment, which is +1 to fishing, and we absolutely get that. Happy days. So I think there's just 2 left to enchant, and that'll be the whole thing enchanted. So I pull up a few legend 2s today using my enchanted fishing rod plus the key seasoning, so it wasn't too bad to get. I go to Robin today to get her to build another fish pond because I need aged roe, you know, for the foraging achievement, or you know, or the shipping achievement to ship everything off. So I pull up 2 crimson fish today using wild bait, which is really nice, more money for me. I also got really lucky and I pulled up 2 glacier fish after a huge battle with that. And I even managed to pull up 2 mutated carp. So I got super lucky today and I got 2 of each legendary fish. Unfortunately, we just pulled up 1 anglerfish, which completes that quest. So day 192 are ostrich chick hatches, and we're going to give it a name. We're going to call it Luffy, because Luffy's such a cool name. And we're going to put another ostrich egg straight into that incubator, because we want that to be a little ostrich farm. I put a little fence around it too to make the farm look nicer and to keep the ostriches nice and safe. Day 25, our pumpkins have fully grown, so we got a few more mutated pumpkins too, which was nice. I put a void salmon into the fish pond, and I'm selling all the cows and the goats. They're going to be replaced with sheep, because sheep are magnificent passive money makers, because the auto grabber will just get the cloth or the wool off them, and that can accumulate for eternity. So I'm going to buy 12 lovely sheep here off Marty, 96,000 gold. We'll make that back in no time at all. So I'm going to get Pierre's missing stock list today, and we're going to give that to Pierre, and that means that we can access all of his crops regardless of what season we're in, making Pierre a very, very handy NPC and vendor to have in the game. So we're processing pumpkins today. We're getting pumpkin juice. Not as good as starfruit wine, but you know what? It's not too bad. I also picked up the golden pumpkin. Now, I'm not going to gift that to someone. I'm just going to sell that because I think I get something like 2,500 gold for it. Shane wants another baby. How broody is he? But I'm going to say yes, and we can add a second kid to our lovely household. Day 196, we're at the end of fall, and I get the Junimo plush today, which is another cool item I can add to the farm. I also got a stone Junimo statue from behind the community centre, and I also got the solid gold Lewis statue from behind Mayor Lewis's house as well. I sold all my pigs today because they're going to be totally useless to me in winter, and they will be replaced with even more sheep. So I'm going to have 2 barns filled up to the top with sheep that will generate wool for me on a daily basis, once I of course get the perks sorted out. I finally got Skull Cavern Invasion. I was hoping for either Danger in the Deep or Skull Cavern Invasion. I'll take Skull Cavern Invasion because I can now access radioactive ore. This means I can now sell 1 radioactive ore and 1 radioactive bar, which means I will get the achievement for shipping off every item in the game. I also completed the monster eradication goal today for killing serpents, which was really nice. So today was a great day. I got lots of radioactive ore, and I got the monster eradication gold for the serpent, which means I now have the title of Monster Slayer Hero. That's another primary goal complete. We also enchanted our hoe for reaching. That's all the tools in the game now enchanted, which is another primary goal complete. And of course we are now going to craft every single item in the game to get the Craft Master achievement, and that will be another huge achievement done for this 200 day video. I could have crafted all the recipes. The only problem was that you need to wait until the end of winter to actually get all of the recipes available to you. So it's not actually possible to craft all the recipes in the game, you know, for a 200 day video. So as we can see there, I got full shipment to ship every item. I'm very close to getting Craft Master. I just need some iron ingots, I believe, and some bat wings, and I'm good to go with that one. So here's a list of all items that were shipped off in the game, and as we can see there, it was just a radioactive bar and the ore that were holding me back. But once I got that special key quest, that was in the bag, no problem at all. So I'm super happy with that. So I made the warrior ring, and that was the last item we needed to make. So we got a new achievement, Craft Master. It's all the items in the game crafted. Now I couldn't afford the golden clock, unfortunately. I was a few million shy. So instead I decided to treat myself and get a return scepter. Also went to the casino and I bought a statue of endless fortune off this lovely fellow for 1,000,000 gold. We don't really need it because we have everyone. Like everyone's friendship is maxed out, but I got it because I wanted it because it's expensive. Speaking of expensive, I went to Robin today and I also decided to purchase the catalogue from her. So she sells the furniture catalogue, which costs 200,000, but this would give us access to almost every furniture item in the game. And to top it all off, I went to the mouse and I purchased every single hat that he had. So for the 300th video, would you like to see me collect all the hats? Let me know in the comments and we can attempt it. Some of the super rare hats of course involve the trash can hat, the living hat of course from the weeds. So that'll be very tough to get all right. So I had 45 key gems. I also got Mr. Key's hat today as well. So let's check out our perfection. How far did we get today in this video? We got 80% done, all golden walnuts found, all the fish caught, all the crafting recipes made, everything shipped off, all the obelisks on the farm, Monster Slayer hero, yes, great friends 100%, max farming level, all star jobs found. The only thing holding us back there now is the golden clock and of course the cooking recipes, which we haven't really started yet. So in the 300th video, of course, we will strive to get the golden clock, and of course we'll also strive to complete all the cooking recipes to get perfection. So what an amazing experience it has been. Let me know in the comments what you would have done if you had 200 days to play. Day 201 finally sees us into the last stretch, and we begin with another profession change in farming, of course. So after the Statue of Uncertainty, we're going to fly up into the quarry again and we are going to plant a huge amount of trees so we can get more wood, because we are going to need thousands of wood to process more kegs, which means we can make a ton more money. So we're going to go with Rancher. I'm going to go with the shepherd profession this time because I want the sheep to produce wool a lot faster, which means I can make more cloth so I can get more money. So on day 202, we are going to continue with our lovely processing of items. So we've got lots of pumpkins here still, and we're going to turn all these into lovely pumpkin juices. We also have a farm here on Ginger Island filled up to the top with ancient fruit. I'm going to harvest all of this ancient fruit and we will convert all this into lovely ancient fruit wine. An ostrich also hatched today. What are we going to call it? We're going to call it Nami, of course. Let's see if we can complete the Straw Hat crew. So I took another ostrich egg out of the auto grabber. I'm going to put that into the ostrich incubator. Day 203, we're just going to plant some fiber seeds because we need tons of fiber if we want to make more lovely luxurious items in the game. So I'm going to put all the fibre down here. Now you don't actually need to water fibre, but because I already had a bit of a plot laid out, you know, with sprinklers, I just put it down here to save myself some time. But you don't actually have to water fibre at all. So we're back into Key's secret walnut room, and we're going to go with Key's Prismatic Grange, 100 of red, orange, yellow, green and blue and purple items. So we need to amass those. Fortunately, I have methods where I can get those very easily. I also go to the winter event here and I win 2,000 gold because I won the original prizes last year. So it was nice getting that. So for the blue items, we're just going to go to the Georgia Mart and we are going to purchase 100 Georgia Colas. Now, if you didn't go the Georgia route and you've completed the community centre, you can just go into Gus and you can purchase the Georgia Colas from Gus's vending machine if you have the patience. We also have copper, we have sap, we have fibre, we have bug meat, cherry bombs for the red, and Georgia Colas for the blue. All very easy items to acquire, which allows us to complete that quest with ease. As a reward, we are going to treat ourselves to a lovely horse flute, which means we can summon a lovely horse on Ginger Island. So in day 205, we're going to spend today just processing more items. We've got lots of eggs, so we can turn it into lovely mayonnaise. 206, we are going to build another shed for more processing machines. Now, I'm just going to lap it down here somewhere. I will reorganize this later on. We'll make the farm look way nicer. But for now, I wasn't too sure where to put it. So because it's winter and all the animals are inside, I just turned it down there in the middle. And I also have radioactive ore here as well. So we'll smelt all that into lovely radioactive bars. There's a lot of nice things I can make with the bars. Heavy tappers, for example. It is time to get started on the recipes. Now, I haven't learned all of the recipes yet, but I will make all of the recipes that I can just to get the ball rolling on this. I just need to learn a few more recipes so I can get the achievement where you have to craft every recipe in the game to get the perfection. So I craft most of the recipes on the first list here, bar a few. Now I do come back later and finish those off, I'm just missing a few things. I also go to my Ginger Island house and I decide to use the space inside it by putting down looms. So you're probably wondering why I'm putting down so many looms. It's because I have tons of sheep and I'm going to process all of this lovely wool into cloth. It's also worth noting too that if you have an iridium piece of wool, there's a chance you can get back 2 pieces of cloth instead of one. There's a 50% chance you can do that. So I just do a fishing pond quest here for my lovely white salmon. They wanted some bat wings. I just churned that inside. And then for the sturgeon, they wanted a nautilus shell. So we'll have to find that and come back to those guys later. But I should be able to pick one of those up off the beach. It is back to Robin again to construct another building. So we're going to go with the big shed this time, of course, and we're going to upgrade our regular shed to a big one so we can increase our processing power, because when it comes down to getting the golden clock, it's all going to come down to how quickly we can process these items. The faster we can process these, the more money we're going to get. That is what is holding us back at the moment. I probably could have gotten the golden clock during the previous video if I focused more on processing power. But it's okay, we'll get it in a few days, I'd say, with the amount of crops that we're actually picking up here from Ginger Island. As you can see, we now have a Ginger Island farm filled up to the top with ancient fruit that's ready to go every couple of days. Back on our regular farm, the fiber seeds have grown, so we can now harvest all these with our lovely golden scythe. The great thing about the fiber seeds is that not only do you get back hundreds and thousands of fiber depending on how many seeds you put down, but you don't actually have to water these at all, but also you get back mixed seeds. And mixed seeds are super important if you want to make more fiber seeds to get even more fiber. Up to the quarry here now, and most of the trees have grown, so we'll get lots of more hardwood here, and we'll put all this into our wood chippers to get back regular wood. Back down into the sewers to the Statue of Uncertainty to change up our foraging profession to spec into wood even more. It's just so we can get even more wood in the long run, because we're going to need so much for kegs. So we're just going to go with Forester, trees up 25% more wood, and Lumberjack, so we have a chance to get hardwood off regular trees. And a miracle has occurred. We finally got the key quest to go into the hardened versions of the mines. So we're going to get a lot of key gems from this, but more importantly, we now have access to the hardened version of the mines, which means we can effectively farm radioactive ore, which is amazing. So I spent a couple of days here now just going down through the levels very quickly. I have lots of bombs with me, I've got life elixirs, I'm well equipped, so the enemies don't pose too much of a threat. And I just primarily use bombs all over the place too to get ladders as quickly as possible, just to make the most out of the day. Now I could have easily spammed ladders, but I decided to kind of take my time through some of these levels to collect additional resources such as gold ores, minerals, iron ores, copper ores, things like that, if I needed to make any sort of additional items, especially processing items that require some of the earlier processing bars. Now, even though I have endgame equipment, it's still wise not to underestimate the enemies of the hardened version of the mines. They can whittle down your health quite fast if you're not careful. We went down to 120, we activated the statue, so we now have the ability to go in there anytime we wish. So using my new foraging profession, it is time to go back to the quarry and cut down these trees. I have Lumberjack, which means I'm going to get 25% more hardwood from all these lovely trees. What am I going to do with all this hardwood? 678. Why, we are just going to put it into our lovely wood chippers. We are going to get back thousands of regular wood from this, which is absolutely amazing. And this is why the wood chipper is one of the best things you can buy when you can get these off Robin in winter. Year 1 of winter you can get those off Robin. So if you're starting out at a new farm and you get into winter and you're struggling for hardwood, treat yourself to some nice wood chippers. So we are actually putting down preserve jars and knot kegs at the moment because we are preparing for spring, and in spring we're going to go for rhubarb, and pickled rhubarb sells for quite a lot of money. Quite a lot of money indeed. But we will obviously have a shed filled up with more kegs as well, so don't worry about that. So day 215, we are just planting more mahogany seeds to make more hardwood trees. As per usual, we're just going to get this quarry ready again for a huge tree farm. But what's happening now is that I've so much hardwood, sometimes it takes me the whole day to process it all into regular wood, so I might get more wood chippers. The greenhouse, of course, is also filled up the top with ancient fruit, as such as Ginger Island. So every couple of days, I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of ancient fruit that I can also process into ancient fruit wine. And this is going to sell for a huge amount of money as well. Now, I actually haven't sold anything in quite some time because the shepherd profession is still active. So what's going to happen now in the next few days is I'll change up the professions again, back to artisan. Then I will sell everything, and what I'm hoping for is that when I sell everything, it will push me over the 10 million cap, and I'll then be able to get the golden clock. A new ostrich has hatched. What are we going to call this one? Can you guess what we're going to call it? Yes, we're going to call it Zorro. The next straw hat is added to our lovely farm. Zorro the ostrich. So we're going to go back to Ginger Island Farm, and we are going to fill up all of our lovely looms with lovely wool to get back lovely cloth. And the cloth will sell for quite a nice amount of money once we change up into the artisan profession. I spent the whole day today just going up and down into floor 1, farming the radioactive ores, just so I can make more advanced items for the farm. But also, if I need that extra bit of cash, I can just sell the radioactive bars as they sell for tons of money. So we're just going to go with Key's Cuisine this time because it gives an easy 25 gems. I just have to purchase a couple of coffees off Gus and make triple shot espressos. I'm going to purchase tons of pressure nozzles here, 20 in total. We are going to upgrade our farm. We're going to increase the range of the sprinklers. So we're going to do up the farm for spring, so we can put even more crops on and make even more money. So what we're doing here is basically maximizing our farming potential by using the best sprinkler with the pressure nozzle, which is going to give us the most range. That is why the iridium sprinkler combined with a pressure nozzle is extremely overpowered. I also made some heavy tappers. I'm going to put these on the trees here so I can increase my oak resin production. So I did the Christmas event today and I got Kent. Guess what he gave me? Yes, he gave me the tea set, one of the most rarest and lucrative items to get in the game, the lovely tea set. We will certainly add that to our farm. We're going to go to the desert today, and I met a tree farm down here as well. I'm just going to break open all these trees for more hardwood. So if I combine the tree farm on the desert with the tree farm I have on the quarry, I now have so much hardwood that I just have to get more wood chippers and put them down in the quarry. So I'm going to get a lot more wood chippers off Robin here now, and I'm going to put these down in the quarry so we can get even more regular wood back. So as we can see here now, I've put wood chippers along the bridge. I've also put them just above where the trees are to generate oak resins, and we have our usual wood chippers here down at the bottom as well. So utilizing this method, I will be able to accumulate thousands of wood on a daily basis, no problem at all, as long as I remember to keep my tree farms growing. I also make a ton of charcoal kilns because I have now gotten too much wood, but I'm running out of coal. So instead of me wasting days upon days or giving Clint an untold amount of money to get coal, I will simply just use the wood that I don't need and convert that into coal using the lovely charcoal kilns. That's why charcoal kilns are really handy endgame. If you have too much wood, you don't know what to do with it, you can just very easily convert it into coal. So I'm not using the casks down here in my house, so I just put preserve jars down there instead, and I'll use those to process items. So we're going to go with artisan. Guess what we're going to do? First of all, we're going to finish off the recipes in this game, which means that we will unlock the achievement where you have to cook every recipe in the game. And once this is completed, all that's left to do is to get the golden clock, and we have achieved perfection. You'll also notice too that I bought a couple of stacks of rhubarb seeds. You see them there. There's almost 2,000 rhubarbs ready to go for our regular farm when we get into spring, which is going to happen tomorrow. So we just need a few more items to finish off those recipes. So I actually have those hanging around the farm, and we finally get the Gourmet Chef achievement. And it's one of the hardest achievements for me because I'm not great when it comes to recipes, so it was quite a challenge. But we did it, and let's take a look at the list of recipes. They are all the recipes we had to cook to get that achievement. And as you can see, there are many recipes in Stardew Valley, that you need to cook in order to get that. So perfection is hard, it's time consuming, but my god, is it going to be worth it when we get that golden clock. Speaking of the golden clock, we are processing more items. We're going to sell them all now. We're going to make a whopping 4 million gold. Is it enough to get the golden clock? It isn't. We're still a little bit short, but not to worry. I'm sure we can rummage up a few more things from the farm to get our cap up to the 10 million to get that golden clock in the next few days to finally get perfection. So that's 4.2 million gold in the bag, and we even get a visit from our grandpa. He comes down from the heavens and he says, "You've been here for 2 years now on the farm," and he says, "I'm so proud of you, my boy. You're a better farmer than I ever was, and you've brought great pride to the family." Amazing. So I get a statue of perfection here. Now it's not a statue of true perfection, this is just a dulled down version, but it does generate iridium ore every single day, which is super handy. So it is the first day of spring. It is a new year, new opportunities await, and we're going to start by using our lovely iridium tools to hoe up the farm to make room for our thousands of rhubarb crops ready to go. We also let the animals out too because they've been tucked away all winter. So we are going to get ancient fruit jellies today. Now you'll have to forgive me for the screen, it's zoomed in there because there was an issue with the recording software. So you can't see the interface for the rest of the video, but not to worry, you will of course get a great view of what's actually going on, you just can't see the interface there. So we're going to harvest all of the lovely jellies here, we're going to sell all these to make a profit. We also have other items that we can get too in the other sheds. We also have mayonnaise here too we can get from our chickens and our ducks, which we can sell also. And we also go into Key's secret wallet room here, and we have Key's crop, which we're not going to do because we just simply don't have the space for it. So we're just going to do Key's hungry challenge, and we'll just do a very simple skull cavern run with staircases to get another easy couple of key gems. So as we can see here now, all we need is to make the golden clock. Once that is made, everything else has been completed, we will have 100%. So it's just a matter of money. So we do the Skull Cavern challenge today, and I'm just going to show the treasure floors that I got, because I think we've seen enough Skull Cavern runs by now to kind of understand the methods used to get down quickly with just spam the staircases. I didn't get anything great in the treasure floors though, and I just spent the rest of the day just going to the furnaces here and just converting my iridium ore into iridium bars. So day 2 to 8 I have more wines here that I'm going to collect, and I'm going to get lots of money from these wines. I missed a couple of kegs, which happens to me all the time. I must look into, to see if there's a mod I can get that will show me if a keg actually hasn't been filled up, because when you have a shotty that's filled up with the kegs, it's easy to miss a few. They kind of blend in with the active kegs. It happens to me so much. I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me all the time. So I'm going to sell everything here now, and I'm going to make myself another almost 1 million gold in the bag right there, and I now have enough money to get the lovely golden clock, thank God. So the golden clock costs a whopping 10 million gold. It's quite a feat to save up to get that. I'm just going to put the clock right down there next to our lovely little pool, and that is it. We have finally achieved perfection. What a journey this has been, what an achievement. As a reward, we get access to the summit area, and our lovely husband Shane is there to meet us. He just says congratulations. We are then rewarded with a really cool end scene, which I won't show too much of, but I'll show a few bits. Krobus is hilarious. The dwarf in his advanced flying contraption is really cool as well. Wouldn't it be nice if you could fly in Stardew Valley? We see the wizard there too on his flying rug, which is really nice. So basically the game will show you every NPC in the game, it'll show you every animal in the game, it'll show you every enemy in the game. It's just a really nice slideshow of everything that is basically in the game. But what's great about getting perfection is that when you get perfection, the game doesn't end. You can get more things. You can get the statue of true perfection. You can get yourself on a really cool mask here if you go up to the volcano and talk to the monkey. You can also equip that mask, but more importantly, the statue of true perfection will generate prismatic shards for you on a daily basis. Unlimited prismatic shards. You can purchase golden eggs from Marnie, 100,000 gold. My advice, just get one, because the chickens incubate in no time at all and they lay golden eggs every day, so you can easily make a huge chicken farm. Speaking of which, go for the Coop Master profession. Cuts the incubation time in half, and it also increases the quality of Coop animal items. Golden eggs are totally overpowered in this game. They're crazy strong. So that finishes our run. I really hope you enjoyed this movie, and thanks so much for your support so far. This would not have been possible without the motivation I received from your lovely comments, from your lovely support. So I just want you to know that I appreciate you as always. I appreciate your support, and I will continue to work my hardest to ensure that I always deliver amazing content for you to watch, because you are absolutely worth it. So this is the final result of the farm. I'm just going to quickly run around on the horse. We didn't get to harvest the rhubarb. The rhubarb was just a side project if I needed more money, but we managed to do it with the processed goods. And that is the challenge of perfection. So I'm going to leave the video there, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you've made it this far, then thanks a million for sticking around. Thanks for watching the show, and I hope you enjoyed the movie. And hopefully you've learned a few tips yourself along the way on how you can get perfection yourself in your playthrough. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. It will help me out tons, and I'd really appreciate it. As always, I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.